Hello again and welcome back. If you are new around here, then hi, nice to meet you, and if you're returning, then thank you very fucking much for coming back. This is your word of warning that I do like a little bit of a sweary word on this channel. I'm giving you it kind of early nowadays because I used to get about 2 minutes into the video and then I'd be like, fuck, bugger, shite. If you don't like that kind of thing, then please swiftly move along. I do not mind. My name is Alana and I'm a 30-something lady from Scotland, and I like talking about hair, makeup, food, travel, all that kind of shit. You know, basic lifestyle bitch shit. But I am also a nurse. I'm a full-time nurse. This is a part-time hobby for me, and I am also a full-time diabetic. I have type 1 diabetes and have done so for the last 21 years. So I like to incorporate a little bit of fucking everything into my life. And as I said already, the swear words just keep rolling. I'm sorry, get used to it. This video is going to be a little empties video. I have not done one of these, well, I say I've not done one of these for a long time, but actually I think you probably would have seen one last month that I probably filmed way back in like October, November, but I just had it lingering in the peripheries in case I needed a little bit extra content and stuck it on during the January month. So you probably have actually seen one quite recently. I've got quite a lot here to get through. I say quite a lot, mainly skincare. I've got a couple of shower bits as well and quite a few little home bits like candles, smellies, shit like that. If you're into that kind of thing and you want to find out if I would pick any of this shit up again, then please keep on watching. Hey, hi, how are you? Brought you in a little up close and personal now. We're on water today. I know I would normally say to you, grab a tea, a coffee, a cuppa, a cocktail, whatever the fuck you like, but we're still doing health. We're being health. We're trying to be health. And it is actually surprisingly refreshing, council juice. So, council juice, that's what we say in Scotland. Council juice. I bet you in other places though you have to pay for water, so it won't even be council juice. Anyway, as I said at the start of the video, if you're not into swearing, sarcasm, all that kind of stuff, I get it. If you are though, then there is a little subscribe button down there. Please feel free to click it if you like, but if you don't, that's okay. I know where you live, but don't worry about it. Anyway, let's get on with this. Alright, I'm going to start off with candles, home stuff, that kind of shit, because these are the things that always take up the most room and I have to get rid of. First of all, I'm going to talk about Olapip. If any of you follow me over on Instagram, you will have seen me speak about this brand quite a lot. They are local to me. I'm sure I spoke about them in my kind of brands to support just before Christmas as well, because it was like shop local type thing. So this is Olapip Home, and they are a fragrance company, a home fragrance company, and I have bought from them now 3 times, I want to say. This one here is their cinnamon apple melts. So this is the kind of ones you put in those little diffuser type things, little melt burners. And this one I burnt all the way through December, probably the end of November into December, maybe even October, not gonna lie. It's glorious. I have spoke about these on Instagram loads. I think I've actually got a video up on Instagram kind of talking about all the different scents that I've tried, but this one particularly, yes, cinnamon apple. You think it's going to be warm apple pie, but the reason I really like this is I think some candle melts, let's use the big one because we fucking know who it is. Yankee's cinnamon melts, or tarte tatin and all this kind of shit that they sell. It's super duper like cinnamon and fake cinnamon. This is very cinnamony. If you're not into that, that's fine. But what I find is if I melt this in my kitchen, it actually smells like an apple pie. The apple scent in it is so strong, and it's not that fake apple smell. It literally smells like you got something baking in the oven. And it's so nice. It's very homely and it's not an overpowering scent of cinnamon, and that's why I particularly like this. This was part of her winter collection. I don't know if she'll have any of these left. I will link everything down below, the products, but also the companies that I'm talking about if they're particularly small brands and things like that. Absolutely check them out because they are so nice. My favourite scent from this company is called Nightcap. Oh, hands down, beautiful. This one here is frankincense and myrrh. This one is along that kind of the kind of things I like. I've said this before. I like things to smell like a well-dressed man, sexy man. And it's got that kind of woodsy, aromatic, just handsome smell. How can a smell be handsome? I don't know, but I like frankincense, I like myrrh, I like sandalwood, I like patchouli. I like all these kind of more heady fragrances, spicy fragrances. But this is particularly nice. Definitely just smells like a really well-dressed, freshly washed man in a suit, and Oh my god, it's delightful. So this one was the one I burnt all the way through in my living room throughout December over Christmas time, because I was like, well, frankincense and myrrh, it's winter, you know. But very much liked it. Please go and check this wee brand out because they are amazing and well worth the money. Excuse me a minute, because Alan's in the kitchen being very, very homely, being very good. He's put a roast chicken dinner on for me, but he's got some sort of noise playing. Now, me and Alan have got a lot of things in common, a lot of taste in common, but sometimes, just sometimes, I think his music is a little like screamcore, emo shite that I don't really like. So I'm going to go and be like, shut the door, excuse me. And I'm back, and you can probably still hear it if you can. My apologies, because ain't my cup of tea either. Now these two are a little bit more accessible. They are both DM Home? No, I don't think so. DW Home for this one, and Makers of Wax Goods for this one, but I usually get these types of candles out of TK Maxx or TJ Maxx, wherever you are in the world. This one actually was $7.99. It's a really massive tub, and it, ooh, hear that? And it was like your classic. It's got Halloween stuff on it. It's got like a little black cat and a little spider and stuff like that on it, and it's called A Frightful Tale. But it's properly like pumpkin-y, chestnut, a little bit of cinnamon in there, like that kind of warm pumpkin pie smell, but it's not overly sweet, which I really liked. And I have to be honest with you, this lasted me a year. Reason being because I would probably bring this out September, October time into my hallway, and maybe burn through the first half in the first year, and then this year rebought it out again and used the other half. So it lasted me a long time, considering it was £8. I think that's really good. I really like TK Maxx's candles. I think the value is really good. Now this other one is from DW Home, as I said, and this is their sandalwood myrrh. Myrrh, am I saying myrrh right? I don't know if I am. Myrrh makes me sound dead Scottish, like Murrin. Remember that for Braveheart, his wife was called Murrin, wasn't she? But this again, oh, it's just fresh. Not fresh like clean cut grass smell, like fresh guy, fresh man, or fresh woman, whatever you're into, depends. I really like masculine scents. I'm putting masculine scents into inverted commas, because really, what is masculine and what's feminine scents? I don't know. But from my upbringing, my idea of a masculine scent kind of smells like, oh, does anybody, I don't know if anybody will know this, right? You might well not. Karl Lagerfeld, right? Obviously, he's a fucking designer. You will know who he is. But my dad used to wear Karl Lagerfeld? Karl Lagerfeld aftershave. And it's just such a reminiscent of like a man when he was getting ready, when I was growing up, and he would be getting ready and he'd be going out and he'd be nicely dressed with my mum. And my dad wasn't really a suit guy, to be honest with you. He was a bit weird and wonderful in his dress sense, wacky, but he was cool. He was a cool guy, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you know, a while ago Kelly said to me, she was like, you need to get some photos of your mum. I'm gonna find photos of my mum and my dad. Treat yous. They were just pretty cool people. So yeah, it's that kind of reminiscent of, in my brain, back here somewhere, in your memory bank, that smell of a man being ready to go out and leave and go on a night out with his wife, or on the night out on the town, whatever. And it just takes me there, and that's the kind of scent I really like in my house, just that nice kind of almost masculine scent, but I don't want to say masculine, you know what I mean. But again, one I really like. This is $5.99, and I've actually bought 3 of these now over the years. I think if I ever see one in TK Maxx, I always pick it up because I really like it. Alright, let's move on to some hair and body bits before we go into skincare, because skincare is the thing I've got the most of. Okay, so this is the Imperial Leather Cotton Clouds Cotton Clouds and White Cashmere, I should say. I talk about the Imperial Leather in my empties all the time because I really like them. This one was quite nice, but I probably wouldn't pick it up again. I prefer their, oh, what is it called? Fijian Waterfall, because again, it has that slightly masculine side of things to it, which I prefer. This was nice. I know that they do this in a, not this one exactly, but something in cashmere, and it's called like Midnight Nights or Starry Night or something, and it's a bath soak. I have that as well, and I do quite like that, but personally as the shower gel, I was just kind of like give or take it. Only cost rude. Pot just rolled off my knee and onto the floor. Thanks for that. So yeah, personally it's not one I would pick up again. It only cost me £1, and I'm not deathly worried about it, but probably wouldn't try again. Right, so the one that ran away, this is the Body Shop. This is one of their festive collection, and I got given this from a very kind lady at my work. as a Christmas present, along with a few other bits. I think I spoke about this in my What's New January, and this is the Festive Berry Exfoliating Sugar Body Scrub. I really quite like the sugar scrubs from the Body Shop. I think they're really nice. This one was quite nice because it has a slightly fruity scent to it. She also bought me the body butter that matched this as well. I'm still working my way through that, but I like the fragrance. It's kind of fruity, but not that like overly. I don't like strawberry scents. I prefer raspberry, blackberry, all these kind of more tart fragrances, and that has this about it. I'm sure it's cranberry. Hold on, cranberry seed. Yes, there we go. Raspberry and cranberry, so it has that kind of more tart scent, and I quite enjoyed this. Obviously because it's a festive one, you probably wouldn't be able to pick this up again, but their sugar scrubs in general I really enjoy. Now this is the CeraVe SA smoothing cream, which means salicylic acid smoothing cream. Ages and ages ago I spoke about this in a What's New, I want to say. Was it November potentially? Possibly, I don't know. Because I like the original CeraVe moisturiser, and I thought I would try this one because it helps with kerastosis, I can't remember. This chickeny bit on the back of your arm when you get like bumpy skin, that stuff. It helps with that because of the salicylic acid in it, so I did want to try this. I think I briefly discussed this on a kind of roundup once about how the texture of this one is different from that of the original. The original I find is very moisturising and kind of like sits on the skin. It's a good emollient and occlusive. Like it soaks into my skin, but also there's a slight occlusivity, if that's the word, to it, where it's kind of keeping anything out and locking moisture in. This is much more occlusive than I find it emollient. I found through the day whenever I was wearing it, or nights, especially if I was going on to night shift. So I'd put this on before I went to night shift, and then on night shift I'd be going like on my arm, like what is that, like peeling away, like it just kind of done that peeling bobbling thing that, you know, odd things do. And basically, you know, I'm not putting any serums on my arms or anything, it was just this sitting on the top of my skin. With that being said, the actual action of helping smooth the back of my arms really worked. So I'm very much on the fence about this. I haven't purchased it again, but I have purchased the original, and I think I did mention I would maybe try the SA cleanser because you can use it as an in-shower cleanser. But then part of me kind of thought, does that mean I would just be washing the salicylic acid away and it was actually a fucking waste of time? Possibly, I don't know. I would pick it up again though, just for that, but to be honest with you, at the moment, I mean, I used this up maybe 3 weeks ago because then I started using the Body Shop one, and I don't feel like anything's particularly came back. So maybe just the action of being regular with my moisturisation has helped that. I don't know. But I have heard other people, Kim in particular, a lady that watches me and I know in real life as well, hello, she told me that this really helped her kerastosis, you know, professional. She said that really helped for her, so I can't rule it out, and it did do the job it was supposed to. I just didn't like the after feeling of it, so I don't know if I'll buy this again. I'm kind of on the fence, just a little bit. Like, if it was an offer, potentially you can buy it with the original and this one, buy one get one free or something, then maybe, but I wouldn't reach for this one before the original. Does that help? Alright, so this is the Lee Stafford Keep It Clean with Pink Clay Dry Shampoo. Again, I think I mentioned this a few months ago, either in a What's New or in a roundup. This was the one that I took recommendation from Kylie McDade. She has spoke about this for years and years. My personal favourite is the Aussie Wash and Blow Dry, and that one is the one that is like a boost me up, helps with a bit of volume in your hair because I have very fine flyaway flat hair. I curl my hair all the time, I put a wave through it, but naturally if I was just to blow dry my hair and leave it or let it dry straight, it's like plapped to my head. So I usually like one that's a bit more volumizing. She doesn't really like ones like that. But I wanted to take recommendation on this because if I'm going to work, I want my hair to feel clean. I don't necessarily want it to feel that gritty and tacky way. So for that reason, I thought, right, I'm going to give this a bash because I tried the chlorine, which is a little bit more expensive, and I really liked it. I'd got the chlorine on offer, and then when I seen it at the actual price, it was like 10 quid a can, and I thought, nah, not for dry shampoo, mate. No, sorry, you can fuck off. But this is a little cheaper, but a little bit more expensive than that of the Aussie or the Batiste. I did like this, but I haven't rushed to go and buy it again, which kind of says it in itself. I do think part of that is probably because we haven't been in shops, we've not been in store. Boots and things like that although you could go to Boots because it's seen as a chemist as well, I just think it's a little inappropriate personally for me going into shop just for beauty things. If I had to go to Boots for something else, then yes, maybe I would pick it up at the same time, but I haven't been in store at a Boots, so when I've been looking online, it's just not something I've been looking for. I've just went back to the old faithful Aussie. But I did have a little look at Lee Stafford because they had offers on, and there was like the coconut one, and I thought, yeah, okay, and I gave that a bash. But I don't want to give you too much away in that because I'm still using that at the moment as I film this video, and it probably will come up in some sort of other roundup video, so I'm not going to give it away. But this one, however, I have not rushed to buy again, but it definitely done the job of keeping my hair feeling clean, and I like that for when I go to work because I like a little bit of a volume and boost for the rest of the time. So alright, skincare, let's do it. Now I'm going to talk about these two because it comes of no surprise to you that I love a cleansing balm. Here we go. I'm going to put up in this corner my cleansing balm video. It was out not even last year, maybe the year before, 2019 potentially. I can't remember, brain is mush. So I spoke about a lot of different cleansing balms. I probably would have said this one came out as my favourite. This is the Radiant Results Nourishing Cleansing Balm from No. 7. Available here at Boots in the UK, potentially Ulta over in the US. I do really like this. I think this is a really, really good dupe for the Clinique one. It is slightly fragranced, ever so slightly. A kind of more, maybe a florally type fragrance. It does come with a little muslin cleansing cloth as well, which is very, very nice. And it retails around about £12, I want to say. 10 to £12. And you get, sorry, 125 mils, which is a really good price for what you're getting. Really, really like this. Would pick it up over and over and over. But this one here was one of my favourites of 2020. This is the Beauty Pie Plantastic Apricot Cleansing Balm. Apricot Butter Cleansing Balm. This also is slightly fragranced, but I would say is a more sweet and fruity smell. Not overpowering though. It definitely has that kind of, just that kind of oily smell. Yeah, like an actual oil smell. A little bit of that mixed in there. It does come with a little spatula on the top, if I can show you. And it did also come with a muslin cleansing cloth. Now, I really like this. I have loads of videos on Beauty Pie. I will put them up here if you want to go and see them. And as a general roundup, just for quickness, I had Beauty Pie for 7 to 8 months, I want to say, and I then stopped my subscription because I really didn't feel that it was worth it for me personally. And there was an odd situation with, what do you call it, customer services, and I just was like, fuck you guys, I'm off. But the annoying thing is, I really, really did like this. It retails on Beauty Pie for £14, I want to say, but you obviously have to pay for your subscription as well. So personally, is it worth £24? No. If I could just buy it off a shelf anywhere, somewhere, please, someone tell me, then I would pay £14 for it. Even though it's slightly more expensive than this one, I would pay it for it because I really, really enjoyed it. It's a bit more luxurious, the packaging's a little fancier. I can understand why it's £14 instead of 10. But would I pay £24 for it just to keep up my subscription with Beauty Pie? No. But I did buy a backup of this before I left Beauty Pie, and I got it on Pi Day as well, so I think actually I didn't have to use any of my allowance. So just in case, if it's something, you know, you're looking into Beauty Pie, you want to sign up to them. I know Maria had messaged me not that long ago being like, still on the fence about it. If you do fancy it, then this is one I particularly recommend from them. Alright, this one here is the Misha Time Revolution, the First Treatment Essence Pro Ferment. It's got a really long name, to be honest with you, but I'll just say Time Revolution so you know what the fuck I'm talking about. But this is the kind of liquid that you put on as an essence after cleansing. You know, you've maybe toned your face or whatever, and then you want to put this on along with some serums. This is the first bottle that I got, which you can now see is absolutely empty, and I did get another one for Christmas. Santa was very kind and picked me up a backup. So yes, I have purchased, although I didn't purchase, I got it as a gift, but would have purchased it again if Santa hadn't been quite so smart. So I really, really like this. It has been in quite a lot of recent kind of roundup videos or favourites videos and things like that. Very much enjoying it and will continue to purchase it. Think it's lovely. Is it a step you need to have in your skincare routine? No, absolutely not. I'm not going to bullshit you. But equally, is it a step I like to have in my skincare routine? Absolutely. So it's up to you, do what you want. It was actually Michaela McDade along with Dr. Dre, I want to say, who put me onto this stuff, and I think it is phenomenal. Very good for hydration, and with someone who's got kind of variable skin, going dry in the winter and kind of more normal in the summer to a little bit oily around these bits, you know, just normal skin, then yes, I really enjoy this. I think it's very nice, and they do lots of different variations of it as well now. Maybe it's like an age one, they maybe got one for more acne prone skin. They've got all different variants of it now that you can pick up. You can pick this up on Yes Style if you've ordered from Yes Style before. I know over in America you can get it from there and here in the UK, but you can get it on Amazon too. If you don't want to support Amazon, I completely understand that, but sometimes I find if I'm ordering from Yes Style, it takes weeks to get here because it's coming from such a distance. It's a kind of Korean beauty skincare brand, but if I order from Amazon, it gets here quite quickly, so just so you know. Okay, let's talk actives. So, 3 things here that I've used up. First of all is the Empties niacinamide. I love this stuff. This was included in my roundup for 2020 skincare. I really like this. I am currently using the ordinary niacinamide because I'd bought one of the 60ml bottles, so I'm just working my way through that. I do like it. The both of them I could interchange quite easily, but I prefer the texture of this one. So once I'm finished that, I will definitely go back to this. Think it's lovely, think it's really nice, and I really like niacinamide as an active. I find it's not one that really annoys the skin. It's probably quite useful to a lot of different skin types for different reasons. I will just link up here a video on niacinamide that I've done. I've done lots of videos of skincare. I am not a skincare expert, I am merely an enthusiast, but I am a nurse and I have a vague understanding of biology and science, but I am by no means a chemical cosmetologist or anything like that. So watch the experts, read the papers, do all that kind of work yourself. Don't always go off of what I say. I will always say that to you. But personally, I really like this one, and it's good for value for money. This is the Ordinary's L-ascorbic acid powder, 100%. Now, I did briefly chat about this in my skincare roundup as well. There is still some powder in this. You'll not see it because it's in a dark, can you see it there? I don't know. It's in like a dark glass thing. But basically, at the start of 2020, I went ham for vitamin C. I thought vitamin C was the shit. I really liked it. I quite liked using this product. I thought it was really nice. It gave like a nice glow to the skin. The more I kind of looked into vitamin C, I was a little bit like, do I need it? Is it doing what I think it's doing? Or is it just putting this kind of funny fake tan effect on my face, which is making me look a little healthier? I'm not entirely sure. It does have its place, it does have reasons, and let me tell you something right now. If you like using vitamin C, continue to do so, please. But this also has a 6 months lifespan on it. So from when I bought it, it's definitely kind of on its last legs, and that's why I've thrown it out with some stuff still in there. I also feel like for the size of it, you think, oh, value for money, like you're getting this big jar. But you'll never get through this unless you're using vitamin C absolutely every night. And this strength of vitamin C, L-ascorbic acid, etc., because that is what vitamin C is, or it's part of vitamin C, that's what I should say. Vitamin C is made up of a lot of things and L-ascorbic acid is one of them. So that strength of L-ascorbic acid is really quite strong, and you don't need to be putting that on your face every single night. So I just feel like you don't get through it. It's a little messy. At the time, I didn't mind doing it because I would like, oh, you know, I've got my skincare, I do this, these steps and that steps. Since then, I've really stripped back my routine and I kind of just stick to what I know, and I'm like, this is working for me, I'm going to keep doing it. Vitamin C is nice, but I would probably go for something now that has an encapsulated, already made formula by the experts. I'm not going to lie. And it's nice to have this to act like you're, you know, science guy in a lab. But the honest truth is, I think that for the value for money, for what you're going to use, to make sure you're using the right amount, to not hurt your skin or cause any irritation, you might just be better off buying a vitamin C that's already very good made. Girls allowed to change your mind, right? Bitches allowed to change your mind. And then this one, this is the Skin Hit Hydrating Serum with hyaluronic acid and glycogen from Beauty Bay. This came as part of a set. I made a whole video on the set. Wasn't terribly impressed with the set. Basically, I slotted this in instead of my hyaluronic acid serum at a point last year. I want to say kind of October, November-ish. I used it up. Will I pick it up again? No, I won't. It's cheap, it's cheerful. I think if you are maybe a teenager, but I don't want to undermine teenagers because you can still buy from The Ordinary for a very cheap and cheerful price. if you're just getting into skincare and you like Beauty Bay and you can pick the set up for 15 quid, by all means do so. Personally, I wouldn't pick it up again, and I wouldn't pick this up individually either. Just my personal opinion. Alright, I've got one moisturiser now eventually used up. Has been a long time in using this up. So again, I want to say I spoke about this in August, September last year. Initial thoughts were, it's nothing special, like, you know, you could get something better for cheaper. And then I started using the Beauty Bay moisturiser. That was part of that set that I was just talking about, and realised quite quickly that I was like, this is cheaper but it ain't better. Like, cheap doesn't mean better. Sometimes you gotta admit, like I say, the experts who formulate things, the textures, the smells, the experiences, they do it for a reason. They've got a job for a reason. So I have to say, I then restarted using this and was like, fuck, this is nice. Now, I also at the time of kind of reviewing this was under the impression that this was around the £30 mark, because I was looking at the wrong products, because I bought two very similar at the same time, and it's not. It's around about the £17 mark. And TK Maxx sometimes, although if the shops are open yet, I don't know. As I film this, they aren't. So TK Maxx, if you go in there, there is the odd Lumen item. If you see this, this is the Nordic Hydra 24-hour replenishing balm. If you see this and you have dry skin, you're in your 30s for saying sake, and you don't mind a fragranced product, because it is slightly, oh, I just put some on my nose, didn't I? If you don't mind a fragranced product, because it is slightly fragranced, there is fragrance in it, I checked the ingredients as well, but it smells kind of fresh. It smells like freshly cut grass. It smells like green, like you've just picked a handful of daisies. I don't know how else to explain it. So it is kind of perfumed, but if you don't mind that, and that's fine, I don't mind fragrance in my skincare, it very much depends on the experience I am going for, then this is really nice stuff. Changed my mind completely, done a complete 180, 360, I think it's 360, isn't it? I don't know. If you're doing 360, you'll be going in the same direction, so I think it's 180. Maths doesn't happen. But I really like this. If I do see this in TK Maxx again, if I'm ever back in a TK Maxx, I will pick this up again. And if I see it is on Look Fantastic, because they sell Lumen and it's on an offer, or for instance I'm buying other things and I want to be able to tally up to get free shipping, yeah, I probably would pick this up again. So I've completely changed my mind on it. I'm sorry again. Alright, so actually let me just tell you about these first, because I don't want to get too bogged down with the chat about retinols. For the simple reason I will do a video about retinols. I've been promising it for a long time now. So this is the Skin and Me, oh, it's going to fall apart, sorry. Many fingers, lots of thumbs. So the Skin and Me retinol, but it also comes with niacinamide and what else is in it? I can't remember. Azelaic acid as well. It comes like this. You get a new one through your post every month. This is how it comes. So I have now done 2 months worth. It is $19.99 a month, but your first month is free. So I've only actually had to pay for 2 now, because I'm currently using the 3rd one, and I kind of gave myself the idea that I will try it for 3 months, see where I am at that point, and decide whether or not I'll continue. At the moment, I am working my way through my 3rd month, and as it stands at the moment, I probably will continue. I've been enjoying it. But we'll go into more description about what it is, the dosage in it, like how it works and all that kind of stuff when I start that again. When I speak about retinols, it's difficult because see, once they get down, so it's like a little dispenser, and once it gets all the way down, this doesn't have much to hold on to anymore. So that's why they start like, look, this one's just falling off completely. They just start falling off. But when they're full size, it's fine, it's not an issue, it doesn't happen. I just keep it on my nightstand, or I keep it over there where I'm maybe just going to be doing my skincare at night. And the good thing about it is it does have this little dispenser, so you twist it every day and it clicks for a daily dose, so you're not using too much or too little, it's just the right amount that they have prescribed for you. For that reason I really like it, and I will continue it, as I say, probably into the 4 to 6 month realm at the moment, and I'll see then again where I am at that point. Now, before I went into the Skin and Me stuff, I had already tried the ordinary retinols, retinoids, whatever you want to call them, and then I went into Medicate, which is quite a pricey brand, Medicate, and this is their retinol 3TR Intense Supercharged 0.3 Vitamin A Serum. This is in a kind of squalene base, I want to say. Is it actual? Yeah, squalene and triglyceride. Oh, caprylic triglyceride. Words, what are they? So this actually comes in a little bit more of an oily base like the ordinary ones. It is much more expensive than the ordinary. I did enjoy this, but personally I didn't feel it added anything. You know, I thought, oh, I'm gonna try a proper big grown-up retinol. Oh, I can't wait. And then once I'd used it for like a month and done the thing you're supposed to, I started off like 2 nights a week, then I started off like 3 nights a week, and then I was doing it every other night over the week, and then worked it up that way. I didn't see any difference. I didn't see any irritation, any peeling, any flaking, and I know that's not what you're trying to achieve when you're using a retinol, but equally I just felt like, what exactly is this doing? When I used it, it was a very nice product. It gave me a nice feeling. It was also very nice to do a little bit of facial massage in the evening, or use a gua sha, a stone, a vibrating thing, whatever the fuck you want. It was nice for that, but honest to God, in the long term, I was like, and I was so close to picking up the next strength up in this until I became aware of Skin and Me, and now I went on to that, and needless to say, I've used that for the first month and thought, right, we'll keep going. I've used it for the second month and thought, right, we'll keep going. So that kind of speaks volumes that I am enjoying this and the effects a lot more than I did with the other one. And it's just easy because it's just a one-stop shop in the evening, to be honest with you. And lastly, I have got 2 eye creams. I know a lot of you'd be like, eye creams are a lot of shite. I like them. I'm entitled to my opinion. So first of all, this is the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Avocado Treatment, or Creamy Eye Treatment with avocado. I always thought it was called avocado eye treatment. Never mind. So this one is the 28-gram one. This is the slightly bigger one. Now, I was bought this for my Christmas last year from Alan. It says 6 months on it, but it was fine. I think I was using this right up until around about September time. So that's how long it took me to get through over last year, but I was only using this in the morning. I don't use it as a night cream. So for that reason, I think it took me a little bit longer to get through. But this is the QI Energy Ginseng Root and Ginger Brightening Eye Fix from Beauty Pie. Again, we already know the story about Beauty Pie. I bought a backup of one of these because I really like this eye cream. Annoyingly so, for 2 reasons. One, because it's from Beauty Pie, and 2, because I think they have now discontinued it. So even if I wanted, like, I've got my subscription on hold at the moment, and if I wanted to dip my toe in again just to pick up the little bits that I like the Plantastic or this, then I would be like, okay, I'll pay a tenner this month, pick up all the bits I like, and then zoom out again and not have to pay for it every month. But they've fucking got rid of this. It's not on the website anymore, although somebody said to me, they commented on one of my videos, that they're still available on the American websites. So I am hoping that they are going to come back. They're just maybe doing a wee rebrand, a wee reshuffle, or they're just out of stock. But they're not even on the site saying out of stock at the moment. So we will wait and see with bated breath. So as I say, I picked up a backup of this. I am using that at the moment. Once I get to the end of that, where I will go, nobody knows. And this is one that I actually do wear morning and night because I like it so much. If you do like an eye cream, if it is still on the American one and you are a member of Beauty Pie, then again, this would be one of my recommendations. Or if it comes back onto the UK one, this is a recommendation. If you like eye cream. If you don't feel you need an eye cream, that is absolutely fine. Don't bother. And that is it for this video, thankfully, because now I'll be able to put all my shit in the bin and it won't have to all be lying about here anymore. Do you know what? You ever get that sense of release when you do a little bit of an empties video? That's certainly how I feel, because it kicks about under my wee dressing table for weeks and then I'm like, oh dear God, what a mess. So thrilled that I can now put all that stuff in the bin. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Have you tried any of this stuff? Have you given any of it any thought? Did you enjoy it? Some of the things that I'm like, nah, I don't like. Have you seen me speaking about it and you've been like, right, now you've really pushed me over the edge, I'm going to do it. Let me know, have a chat down below and tell me about anything that you've tried. Maybe you've even tried some of the other essences from Misha, for example. You've tried other things that I'm speaking about today. Then please comment down below, have a little chat. That's the whole point of this place. And I'll see you all again in the next one. Bye.